Hi, it's Nikki from Wildlings Forest School, back with another nature craft activity for your children. Today we're making simple bow and arrows, so that means we won't be whittling with pocket knives. These are bow and arrows for younger people, and I've got my younger person with me who's got his bow and arrow ready to show us. So, what the things that you'll need are, first of all, a stick. Would you like to come in here? You want to show us what you need? Yep, tell me what you've got here.
It's 2 sticks. And some string.
Some string, and you'll need a pair of scissors to cut your string. Yeah, and you'll need a pair of garden snips to cut your wood. Now, what's the best kind of wood to use? Brown or green wood?
Green.
Green wood. So you need green fresh wood cut from the tree. If you get, what happens if we use bows that are picked up from the ground? What happens if we get dead wood?
It's hard to whittle.
It is hard to whittle. What else happens when we pull back on them?
They break.
Yeah, they break. Okay, so green wood, I've got an example here, has a great lot of flex in it, and that's where you get the flex for your bow. If you did that to a dead piece of wood, it would snap, which is pretty heartbreaking for a child that's just made their first bow and arrow. All right. Now, like you said before, that you can use string, and you can use kitchen string or knitting wool. We'll talk about that in a minute. Or twine. All of those are fine, but they don't last as long as the Wildlings secret magic sauce, which is this. This is called wax cotton. It's heaps stronger, and it provides a great big official technical term, twang. It makes your bowstring really taut.
I'm going to try some.
Work from home, they said. It'll be fun, they said. So, here's the tips when you're cutting your green wood. To make it really easy and really easy to tie knots with for little hands, if you can find a perfect bow with a little wire like a slingshot here, that makes it really easy to tie your knots. Otherwise, just pick your perfect piece of wood and I'll show you how you can make it still easy to tighten and tension your string. Okay. Once you've done that, we're going to tie.
This is dead wood.
So that's you want to show here in the camera.
Dead wood.
Dead wood. This is what happens if you get brown wood.
It was stuck together before, and now it's broken.
No good. Okay, so I've actually pre-tied this, but it's really simple. We only teach the kids at Forest School, even the older primary school kids, in our bow and arrow sessions and whatnot, to do double knots because they're easy and they work. So I've just tied the double knot on this end. So this is where it gets a bit trickier. You want to be able to tension your wood. So I need to be able to push down on this to get the bow. All right, so I'm basically doing that. So you're getting the bow shape. The best way to get tension, we have found from a lot of bows and arrows, is by, I've already pre-cut this, but cutting a slit down the middle of your bow.
Yeah, this one has it.
Yeah, you've got one in your arrow. You can show your arrow as well. We do the same on the arrow. So there we go. Basically, what you're going to do is put your... Thank you. So I had to stop recording there because my child swore and then the mower started and then my other boy fell off his bike. So realistic working from home. So we got to the point where we were pulling the bowstring and tightening it, tensioning it. So essentially what you're doing is you're pushing down on the bow to make the bow shape. You're going to push the string, pull the string through the slit through the middle, and as you're pushing through, you're tensioning and tightening it. You can see there I've got a really nice bow shape. And you can hear it sound a bit like a cello. That's how you know it's tight enough. And then all you're going to do is tie off there. Okay? So that is your bow, and next we're going to show you how to make your arrows. Alright, when it comes to your arrows, oh, thank you, you'll need to sharpen them because you can't have a blunt arrow. We're not using whittling knives in this one, we're doing these for little people. There we go, but that was a great idea. There we go. Highly recommend you get sharp snips. Alright, so that's sharpened.
A bit.
A bit. Now when you're lining this up, you want to put your thumb down to keep your arrow straight, and you're using a pincher grip and you're pulling back so this is lined up, I can't quite see that, on the arrow. Now this is really hard to coordinate for little fingers. It'll take them a bunch of time. You're not going to be able to see how far this goes, but without me pulling back very far, that went about 3 meters. To make it easier for little fingers, you can cut a slit in your arrow. And that way, when you're knocking your arrow, technical term, that's much easier for kids to work with. So again, you're lining up in the slit, then they only have to pull back rather than trying to line it up. So we'll pull back on that one. That one went further too. So that's simple bow and arrows. So you need 4 simple things. The wax cotton you can purchase online. We just use Amazon, but you can find online, you can find Australian suppliers for that, and your craft stores will have that as well. Again, tips are to make sure that you're tensioning it by pulling down on the string and pushing down on the bow as well. All right? Send help. Bye.